I'm going to read some poems from different books, so I'll be switching back and forth. This is from Stage Fright. This has to do a little bit with the barn I am renovating out in Fleischmann's. It's called Alcohol and Power Saws. I think the guy's name was Jim, but maybe it was Steve or Dave, who was helping out for a few days. Anyway, he'd gone down to the gas station for breakfast sandwiches before we'd start work that morning on the rotted top plate above the entrance. He came back with 3 egg and cheese numbers on Kaiser rolls and a 6-pack. It was 10 a.m., so I guess it was time by his clock. They were dark and sweet, good breakfast beers, he said, full-bodied and nutritious. So we ate our sandwiches, drank our beers, got out the shaky ladders and fired up the power saws for the day. Chop saws, chainsaws, hog-nosed Milwaukees. The sky was a clear watercolor blue. The motors howled and the September air smelled of sawdust with notes of gasoline, machine oil, and burnt lumber. The radio played too, classic rock, and loud, so no one for miles around would hear the screams if there was an accident. And then when the noon whistle blew at the firehouse, we made another run to the store for a 12-pack, a few bags of chips, a fistful of Slim Jims and jerky. It was a glorious afternoon, laughing under that autumn sun, with no thought given to death, taxes, or the fragile constructions of our days to come. This next poem takes place in the same town. Yeah, you don't have to clap. This one is called Twins. There's these 2 twins that live in town.
And of course, I had to write something about Milan by night. These poems are from my new book called Here, There, and Nowhere, that it's coming out in Spuit and Duivel Press. Milan by night. Dark streets full of cars that never stop, moving at a brisk pace, hissing through intersection. The bus arrives on time, electronically displayed. Service workers inside, drunkards and occasional tourists slump over their phones with tired expression. Bars are jammed with fashionista, Campari in hand. Smoking outside bonds the young, high-heeled vapors. A long line for pizza after a noisy soccer night. It's raining and umbrella vendors are everywhere. Milano doesn't sleep. They don't sleep much. Radios blasting out of cars, car alarms awaken and never stop honking. It's hard to be a bohemian poet. In a room crammed with books and poisoned spiders, confused, walking past the church of San Marco, taxi drivers try to seduce me, predicting the future with high confidence as ghosts of medieval knights watch from the high towers.